anything or anyone. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? I don't quite know how to say how I feel. Those 3 words I said too much. They're not enough. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. Let's waste time chasing cars around our heads. I need your grace to remind me to find my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Forget what we're told before we get too old. Show me a garden that's bursting into life. And all that I am, and all that I ever was, is here in your perfect eyes. They're all I can see. And I don't know where, confused about how as well. Just know that these things will never change for us at all. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
That was Chasing Cars by Clare Teal, and I'm delighted to say she joins us now on the show. Hi, Clare.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well. I've just made a very exciting pudding.
Really? What kind of
Yeah.
pudding?
Well, it's rhubarb, as it's seasonal at the moment, with strawberries and orange.
Ooh, very nice. I want to come round and have some now. So that was Chasing Cars off of your new album, Hey Ho. How would you describe your album? It's slightly different from your previous ones, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's quite different in that it's a theme this time. There's a theme to it, which is basically the Great British Songbook, or the kind of the history of British pop music, really, or a taste of it over a 120-year span. So starting way back in 1889 and going right through to things like Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, and we've written some too. So it's kind of a history of popular song.
Yeah, and I really liked your version of the Moloko song as well, Sing It Back.
Oh, thank you.
I thought that
Done in a
was...
samba style.
Yeah, it was very lively. And you're performing at Glastonbury on the 25th of June. Are you looking forward to that?
I always do. I think it's the second time I've done Glastonbury. I love doing festivals. I love festivals because you never know who you're going to see. And neither do the audience, really. So for us, kind of being more on the jazzy side, it's great to get in front of different people who might not necessarily choose to see your gigs because they don't know what you do. So it's a great way of converting people to festivals.
Yeah, I've got to go one day. I haven't been yet.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you've got all these different tents, haven't you, with all different music, and it must be great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Highly recommended.
And when you were growing up, who would you say was your biggest influence?
Well, lots of influences, really. I suppose from a jazz point of view, I mean, jazz was the first music I got into. I didn't really listen to pop music. I listened to sort of big band records, which were my grandmother's. So it would have been, singers like Ella Fitzgerald and Frank Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan, Diana Washington, that kind of thing. And writers, Cole Porter, all the kind of, Noel Coward, the greats, really. But as I got older, I started listening to everything. And bizarrely, I really locked into the Beach Boys. I loved Brian Wilson. Just thought his writing was amazing, the way he made records. And a lot of kind of Americana music and, a lot of sort of folk music as well. I suppose, I can't label it, really. If music is good, I listen to it, like most people. Yeah,
that's what I think as well, and I think it's good to have a big variety of musical taste, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
I mean,
it's exciting. Sorry, go on.
Go on.
I was going to say, so you sort of at the point we're at now, unless they, develop a new scale, we can't really go any further. We don't have any other notes or anything else to do. So all we can do is work with what we have, and that's this fantastic fusion of sounds now. So there's a whole lot of mixing things up, and I suppose that's what we were trying to do with the record. But that's what everyone's doing these days. So kind of youngsters who, because they can access music so much more easily now than certainly when I was growing up with things like iTunes and Spotify. They're bringing in different styles and mixing them all up together, and I think that's a really exciting new way of making music.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier, like you said. You don't go to the record shop anymore, do you?
No, I would record it.
I love record shops. They're brilliant.
Well, you can't beat record shops, and there's got to be a flip side of the new way, and I think it's taking labels away. Kids aren't scared of having it now, and whereas again, it's different only a few years ago.
And when people come and say trips, or what would you say?
Yeah, no, it's very mixed. I think there's a lot of sort of humour and comedy and fun in the concerts. So all different kinds of music, really. I mean, obviously, sort of played predominantly with jazz tools, like piano, bass, drums, etc. But all the boys sing as well. The three boys sing, and we can cover an awful lot of ground between us. So we have a lot of kids. Sometimes, if it's an afternoon gig or whatever, we have families. We have young people in their 20s, right up to people in their 70s. Quite spread.
And you're performing at the Capitol Theatre in Horsham on the 13th of November. Looking forward to it?
That's one of my favourite places. I've been there a lot over the years, and it's run by very lovely people who care about their venue. They care about their theatre, and that reflects in the audience, because the audience actually care about their theatre too. So it's a nice part of the world, and around there.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, Horsham? I went there a couple of years ago to see Curtis Steiger, and he was great. Yeah.
He's a nice fella. We've worked with him before. A very, very nice guy. Very talented man.
Yeah, it was a good gig, actually, because one minute he was playing the saxophone, the next minute he was singing, and it was good. And I'd never heard of him, and I went and saw him and became a fan, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, there you go, you see.
That's what happens.
You need to get off to Glastonbury.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And you're also performing at the South Bank in London on the 26th of June, and at the Royal Hall in Harrogate with Sir Michael Parkinson, Parky, on Saturday the 30th of June. So
30th of July, yeah, that's...
30th of July, sorry.
Don't worry, don't be there a month early. No, it's very busy. We've got lots of festivals coming up through the summer. and then we start our proper touring again in October.
Great. And another question I've got for you. Is it true that when you were at university you had an unexpected clarinet exam, and obviously you didn't have your clarinet with you because it was unexpected, and you sung instead and you got top grades, and that's sort of how you got into it?
That's exactly how I started singing. Yeah, I'd sung all my life, but not in front of anybody, not even my parents. I used to sing in the attic, like a little geeky anorak that I was. And my piano playing isn't very good. I play lots of things very badly. And when I had, I was under pressure to do something, I had 20 minutes to do something for this exam, and my piano wasn't strong enough. So I formed this, the world's worst piano trio with two other friends, Weasel, the thrash metal drummer, on brushes, and Andy on bass. But my piano still was rubbish, so I had to sing.
What did you sing? Do you remember?
I do remember. I sang Angel Eyes, and I sang Satin Doll, and Satin Doll was a bit too low. I remember very clearly. But, like I say, I didn't feel scared, and that's what I thought. That's why I'd never sung in front of anybody, because I was very, very shy. And I thought it would be, I thought I'd just dissolve or, combust or something, but I didn't do either. And I felt completely at home.
You blew them away.
I did. Well, it was a start, and that's what gave me a bit of confidence to maybe have a go at singing.
Yeah, good job you done it. Good job you didn't have your clarinet with you.
Yeah, well, I think for clarinet lovers all over the world, they'll be thrilled that I don't play anymore.
No, I bet you was good.
I was all right, yeah.
Better singer, though. All right, then, Claire, well, thanks a lot for coming on the show. I wish you luck with your new album. And Chasing Cars, when is that out?
It's out, I think it's out in the next couple of weeks, I think, if not next week.
Great. And
never asked the singer.
That's very true, yeah. All right, then.
Thank you for playing it.
That's fine, yeah. It's a good version of that song. Of course, the Snow Patrol version was great, but it's a really nice take on it, because it sort of sounds ghostly, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's ghostly's good, I think.
Yeah, good, but...
Sure.
All right then, Claire, well, thanks a lot for coming on. And,
thanks very much.
Great, I'll play this song. This is off your new album too. See you later.
Take care, bye.
I don't believe what you're saying. True love doesn't come to us all. And though you say I'm fine out of 10 and a line, that I'm the last one you call. Oh, you could do so much better. My style is way out of vogue. I've been hurt and I know if I let it go, babe, I'd be